and welcome to training videos for the Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center. I'm Christina Hollerbach here with Deborah Beardsley.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking to you today about facilities and theater history. Deborah, take it away.
All right, so our building is pretty spectacular. We are very proud of it, but it's a very big building with lots of little nooks and crannies and lots of things to know. And as part of the house team, the house management team, we kind of rely on you to be able to guide our patrons around. So we're gonna give you a little bit of a tour. Hopefully, you will have been able to do this in person as well, but this is kind of supporting any in-person orientation that you may have already received. Oh, hey, that's us.
Hi.
Hi.
We're smiling.
Yep. All right. Hey, the facility. I should have been moving slides, but all right, here we go. This is the auditorium. This picture was taken by Best of Sanford because they're awesome, by the My Sanford magazine. All right, things to note here. There are fire extinguishers. If you are stationed upstairs on the top left, that first line on the top left, there is a fire extinguisher up there at that position. There is one in the back of the house. And then, some people may not know that. This is called a house.
Yeah.
Front of house is the generic term for all of ushers.
That happen in front of people.
Right, in front of the curtain, on our side, on the patron side of the curtain. But if we say it's in the, within the house, if it's in the back of the house, then it's along the back wall. So along the back wall there, you've got a fire extinguisher there, and then next to the exit doors on the other side, you've got one over there. Then we have a bunch of pull stations. You can see one in just about every corner of the building there. So if something happens, do not hesitate to pull it. We rely on you guys. We rely on your instincts, on your drive to keep yourselves and our patrons safe. So if you see something, say something, act on it, do what you need to do.
And we always have team leads and volunteer leads that are very seasoned and have to work a certain amount of shows per year. So, of course, if you have any questions, always check with who your team lead is when you sign up, and make sure that you know who's in charge so you can ask them for questions if you need it.
Absolutely. All right, so the next one, here we've got exit doors.
You can't see me right now, but I'm acting like an airline attendant, and I'm pointing at them very casually.
Absolutely. She's very, very good at it, guys. I know exactly where the exit doors are. So the only main thing, obviously, exit doors are pretty obvious. The ones that are facing the street, that are facing 2nd Street, sometimes there are large groups that will come in that are unloading from a bus. Generally, these are senior facilities that have a lot of wheelchairs or things like that. Sometimes we will load groups in from that side. Generally, our group sales coordinator will make the house staff privy to that information and anything that needs to happen there. We also do a lot of concerts, and people like to dance. We are all for dancing here. You can dance in the building. You can dance in the aisles. What we ask is nobody dance up on the stairway, right in front of the doors. They can dance in the aisle. That is fine. They can't physically put chairs there. No permanent sorts of things. But if it is just a body standing there grooving to the music, go for it. More power to them. All right, we've also got some AC thermostats. Generally, whoever is the technician will turn on 1 or 2 of them. However, it is up to the volunteer staff and the leads to make sure that all of them are on and that all of them get turned off at the end of the night when the last usher walks out the door. So there are 2 that are really close to the stage. There is one in the back of the house by the paintings, and then there are 2 way upstairs in the back. Again, all of those need to be turned on and turned off. Nothing ever wants to be set below 72, or else we could potentially freeze out our air conditioners. So that would mean no air conditioner for the next show, and that would make everybody very, very sad. All right, so next we've got our house lights. So the house lights get turned on and off pretty obvious there. The technician will always be in control of this, but just so you are aware, that's what that light switch is. All right, now here is our lobby. In our lobby, we've got our cleaning closet with the ice machine. You'll also find, if you do need any cleaning supplies, if you need stanchions, ropes to block off the balcony or to rope off anything outside, you'll often find extra tables or chairs in there too. What else we've got? The stairway there leads to the balcony. There's additional restrooms upstairs. We have 2 restrooms downstairs, and the rest are upstairs. What else? There is a thermostat here. Same rules apply for that. You'll want to keep this door closed. The reason you want to keep this door closed is because it will block the people coming up and down the stairs. So this door will always be kept closed. Please do not prop it. And we got restrooms on the right-hand side there that lead around the corner. And then there is an ATM. Currently, our concessions is cash only, so there is an ATM here.
If we could go back to the lobby for just a moment, I always like to talk about, especially for ushers, the guest point of view or the patron point of view. But this is the first thing that people see when they enter the building. So it's always good to make sure that there's no boxes underneath the tables, things laying around, that first impression is very clean and neat. And although it's shown in the far left there with the cleaning closet door open, we leave that open when we're not in service to make sure that room gets ventilated. But of course, once patrons are in the building, please make sure that door stays closed and that this area is guest ready. Light switches for this area are also important. Once we close those doors and a show starts, we tend to turn those lobby lights down. So if the door does have to open for whatever reason, that it doesn't disturb the rest of the patrons. So always check with your team leads and your technicians about the lighting of the lobby.
And one other thing to mention too, right in the center there is that TV, and on that TV is going to be some sort of marketing advertising display. This is actually done through an Amazon Fire Stick, if you have one at home, or a Roku. It's like a Roku or an Apple TV, any of those types of devices. It just has an app on it, and the app is called OptiSigns. So you would turn on the TV, turn on the Amazon Fire, and then go to OptiSigns, which is the most recently used thing. And all of our marketing slides will automatically start populating, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Wow, that sounds easy.
It is easy. We used to also have footage of what was happening inside the theater, like a live stream of what was happening on the theater. We prefer that you keep with the advertising slide for now, just because it is more polished looking.
We still have the live feed available for the concession staff, which you'll see in a moment on a monitor, so that people in the lobby can still be aware of what's happening without opening the doors.
Right.
Speaking of concessions, ta-da! Hooray! So this is recently renovated. The TV monitor we were just talking about is up there in the left. And we've got the light switch I was talking about earlier. You've got lobby lights over here in the corner behind the curtain there. And then in the far back, you've got the marquee lights in the overhead. Like I said, too, just double check with your technicians and the team leads to make sure those are getting turned on and off properly during a show. We mentioned fire extinguishers earlier in the house, but there's also one located here in the concessions area. There is another smaller AC unit inside concessions. So that is on a remote control that is in this shelf over here by the cash register to turn that on in that area. And then, of course, there are exit doors here for that staff that are locked at all times for safety. And the concession lead should have the key to that door.
It's just
it's a little.
We just updated it. It's all
nice.
fancy now. It's just.
Well, you can unlock that with your hand. You just turn a little knob. But we do like to keep them locked for safety. But it is convenient and safe for the volunteers to be able to exit from that door. Because if you've been to a show, you know that sometimes you can get blocked in. So it's nice to have that safety exit.
Right.
So this is what the patrons see as they're in the lobby waiting for concessions. And as much signs as we have about cash only, guess what? People forget. So please make sure that you tell them about our ATM in the lobby. We tried really hard to change our display to make it really obvious to the patron about what is available as they're waiting in line. So you can see the displays for candy and chips and signage about prices everywhere that you can. We also have an AED system and this lovely new, whatchamacallit, defibrillator. That's a hard word for me, I don't know why. Of course, if you're not familiar with those systems, please always refer to your team leads and follow our emergency protocols. Alarm system. This one's a thorn in my side because it beeps for safety to chime and remind you that doors are being opened. But if you forget to turn it off and there's a show going on, it beeps very loudly. So please, again, check with your team lead and make sure we turn those chimes off during productions so that it does not bother the patrons, but they immediately get turned back on the chime so that we know what's going on in the theater after the production is finished. This lovely fire panel that you should probably never touch because it looks scary.
Correct. If there is ever a fire emergency, just make sure that the fire department is directed to this panel. They will take care of it. Otherwise, the only people that need to worry about it are the facilities committee.
We talked about concessions AC already and the lobby lights being over there behind the curtain. All right, so when you were looking at the lobby earlier, if you go to the right, these are the two downstairs restrooms that we discussed. We obviously have some extra chairs in there. So people get let in to the theater, but the main house is not open yet. We direct them to this area where they can sit and use restrooms and hopefully buy concessions while they are waiting for the house to open. There's another emergency exit there that takes you into the small alleyway, the stage entrance, but of course can be used for emergencies. There are more fire alarm pull stations located as indicated. And then there's a stairwell there that will take you upstairs to the balcony. And then those are the two restrooms. They are labeled women and then unisex, I believe. So we try and get as many people through as possible. And then lobby light switch, like we talked about earlier, turning these lobby lights down after production starts so they do not bother patrons. If you looked to the left when we were in the lobby, there's that stairwell that takes you up to the upstairs lounge. There's also a picture of Deborah taking a picture. Hi, Deborah, in the corner taking a picture and stuff. So this area we do utilize as a secondary bar when we have large capacity shows that indicate a high demand for alcohol. Otherwise, the concessions area is left empty and there are still open for restrooms. There's another thermostat in that room that's just dedicated to that room alone. There are more restrooms down that hallway, and the light switches for that entire space are located on the wall.
And the stairwell. So it's actually very important. Make sure that these light switches, I've often seen those forgotten. Mm-hmm. You have to go all the way upstairs to get those turned on.
And we definitely want to make sure they are available because stairs in the dark are not a good combination. We've got another fire extinguisher located up there, and that's super cool. So thank you so much for taking this tour with us and going over these details. We will have another video for you to watch. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye!